So, how did you get out of the cold?
Well, it was a big decision when we finally decided to leave, but we left the night before we were supposed to reach Salvation, which is actually being turned into a robot. And me and my friends, we went to the nearest bus station and we grabbed some tickets and we went as far as we could.
How old were you?
We were 16.
So it's been
Yeah, 4 years and 2 days.
Wow. Where did you guys go?
I don't know where the bus took us, but as far as we could.
Recently, I found out about this religion called the Church of Letarium. I was introduced to it by a friend of mine, who then led me to Hannah Smith, and thus began the rabbit trail.
What's your name and age?
My name is Hannah Smith, and I am 20 years old.
And what was the name of your cult?
I was a part of the Church of Letarium for 16 years.
What was that like?
Well, growing up, I thought I had a pretty normal childhood. I went to school, I went to church, I hung out with friends. We were all given husbands at the age of 13, and by the age of 15, we had our first child.
What was her name?
I actually wasn't allowed to name her. She was taken from me as soon as she was born.
Why is that?
In our cult, the process of salvation didn't allow you to be around children, and children in the birthing process were seen as impure. So we had to be cleansed before we could receive our salvation.
And when were you supposed to receive your salvation?
Age 16.
Wow.
Everyone receives salvation at age 16.
I just couldn't understand how a religion that focused so much on people and relationships could want something so horrible. I had to do some more investigation and find out what was going on behind the scenes in this religion.
What are the core beliefs of Letarianism?
So in the Church of Letarium, we believe in the same God as Christianity or Islam or Judaism, but we believe that God created a smaller God, Letarium, who could be more personal with us, and our goal is to reach purification to serve him.
What is that purification? Is it a kind of salvation?
Yeah, so our life consists on reaching this salvation or purification. We get married at the age of 13, we have a child, and then we spend a year away from that child to cleanse ourselves to get ready for purification.
And what age is purification at?
Age 16.
Okay.
So the process of purification is that they take you into a very sterile room and they walk you through what seems like a very simple procedure, and then they put you under anesthesia, and then you never wake up.
You mean you don't wake up?
I mean, they take your soul and your consciousness and replace it with a robot.
How do you know they do this?
I watched it happen to my sister. Can we cut it there?
So, tell me about your sister.
Well, when I was 12, my sister got taken to go through her purification process and be reborn. And when she came back a week later, she was different, and I think it took me about a full year to notice, but she was gone. My sister was gone, and I think that's when I knew I had to get out.
So, what took you so long to finally get out?
Well, there were a lot of factors going into escaping. For one, I had a younger sister named Sarah who I couldn't leave behind. I was about to get married to my husband Jacob, and then shortly after we had our kid. And it took me a while to show him what I knew, show him the truth. But once I did, you're barely ever alone, let alone trying to find time to escape.
So you were finally able to leave the night before your own procedure?
Yeah, we were able to escape right before our procedure started when they left you alone to get ready to be put under anesthesia. We ran and we found the nearest bus station. We got a ticket and we rode it as far away as we could.
Why do you think Letarium was created?
Well, in the Book of Letarium, there is no afterlife. There is a perfect new earth that is created, and the only way to achieve that is to dominate the world with a perfect race. So our founder decided that he would complete this mission and purify the earth with his robots.
Thank you for meeting with me, Miss Smith.
Of course, thank you for hearing my story.